Okay, welcome everybody to this webinar or to a meeting, whatever you would like to call it. I would not call it a webinar. This is a group which will be meeting you regularly, right? The very purpose we connect, right? Like we are connected. Please, please mute all. Please mute all, right? Ensure that everybody is on mute mode. Please ensure, right? Because that will spoil the mood of the speaker and mood of everybody. Please ensure, right? So, right. Welcome to this webinar. Welcome to this meeting. We connect. Like we are connected today, we want to be connected always, right? There will be tools coming and going, but connect will always be there, right? In the first instance, I was under a lot of pressure to postpone today's program because of the incident happened yesterday. In all fairness, I would request everybody to go for a silence prayer for 1 minute. We will observe silence in the honor of people who have sacrificed their life for this accident. And it is a very tragic incident. I was personally involved being from the aviation. The yesterday night, today morning, all have been very stressful. And the glooms take over. The moment you think of incident, because we know everybody by person, the pilots who have gone, it is a sad thing. So I am just requesting everybody, we will have 1 minute of silence in the honor of their souls rest in peace. All right. First of all, I have already gone with this, since the time was there, so I have gone for the various introduction. Now I would like to introduce you the subject on what we are going to speak today, right? Our main purpose of speaking is that to learn something. And if you want to learn the future, you should not look upon gray hairs. You should always look upon black hairs. If you want to lead in the times to come, you will have to look for black hairs. And that is the reason I have put the black cap. So you should not look that I am having it, the gray hairs. So I have got the gray beard, right? So that's the way we have to learn. And we have thought that if we have to lead in the future, there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of things, but the pressure, but the stress is on brands or corporate people on branding, engagement, seeking influencer, being in touch with them. And then ultimately, we have to do good business. We have to be successful for the enterprise. So if you have to do business, if you have to enrich your bottom line, if you have to develop your brand, and there are many tools. Other day I was talking to somebody and they said कि नहीं sir, ये Instagram तो खाली advertisement और photo वगैरह share करने के लिए होता है. It is not commercial. It is not meant for commerce. So that is the reason I thought that we should erase that myth of people, which at least I am carrying that myth. We should erase that myth. And then we started looking that who is the person who can do it. And I, one long time back, I have one professor, or when I was sitting, he's the, if you want to get something done, you must go to the busiest person. So then I found Rohan is the busiest person, and it was very good of him that he was able to spare some time, because the water always goes to the slope. We have to go to him, and it's very good of him. So with that perspective, we are looking at today's session, and we look a lot of learning, we look a lot of interaction. But I would request everybody, we will go for proper question and answer session. I have done a pact with Rohan that we will give him a free hand for the initial 20-30 minutes. And after that, we will go for interactive mode also. And I am sure that today's session will be very interactive. Rohan, I have not stated anything overrated. I have said whatever I have committed from you. Then floor is with you now.
Definitely. Thank you so much for the kind
introduction. One more thing before anything comes. I wanted to request Sharmaji. Sharmaji, if you can unmute yourself, and if you want to say anything, please add. Because Sharmaji is the mentor for this all which is happening today. Sharmaji, anything you would like to add? Oh, शर्मा जी available नहीं. Okay, Rohan, carry on. The floor is to Rohan. Rohan, please, if you need any help, you let us know. Right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Uncle. That was a very kind introduction by you. I will take the screen right now. I'll be sharing my screen so that we can start with this.
All right.
All right. So I think I hope my visual and my audio is all perfect. Can anyone confirm that for me?
It's okay with me. I hope others will agree. Right.
Exactly.
Because I am
Yeah,
in the
it's
same,
okay. It's okay.
because I am in the same boat. Everybody is there, so like.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Auntie. All right. So getting back to the topic, today we're going to talk about how Instagram is going to help you attain business. And, you know, one of the reasons why I picked up this topic is completely related to what Uncle said right now. The fact that a lot of us have this myth about Instagram, the fact that it's just a photo sharing app. Well, if you really ask me, it was a photo sharing app a couple of years ago, but then there is a good reason why Facebook bought them. And that is because Facebook saw a huge potential inside this app. And that is being one of the core reasons why Facebook bought this app. And right now, with how business oriented and how commercial this app has become, I think it's time that people start studying Instagram. And I hope there are more courses out there that can shape the entire perspective around of how Instagram is all about. So I hope this webinar gives you a little bit about what I'm trying to talk about. So let's proceed with this. So before we get on to the serious topic, let's just have a little chat about what I am all about. So, well, I had started my freelancing journey back in 2017. I think I was around 17 when I started this. I was freelancing a lot. I was doing a lot of online courses, trying to understand this world of this so-called digital world. And while dabbling and gabbling around those areas, I understood how I can go around and make a business out of it. Right around 2018, 2019, I found a lot of clients and I started freelancing, and I could end up registering my company as a LLP. So from there started my journey into this organization that I call Digital Papa. And that's where it all started. So that's a lot about me. Now we can, I think, get on to the topic. So the first slide being why Instagram. Again, coming back to the same point, the reason why we should be talking about Instagram is because of how much of potential this application carries. To put it up in easy words, I'm just going to show you a small comparison between all the other competitors that we have. So when we talk about competitors in comparison to Instagram, there is YouTube, there is Twitter, and then there is Facebook. If you really ask me what is the best competitor out there for Instagram, I would tell, as of now, Facebook is your best competitor. But funny enough, it's owned by the same company, so I don't know if you can really call it a competitor. So let's just have a look at all the other competitors that we have around. I hope even this visual is pretty much smooth, and I don't think there's any lag onto it as well. So over here we see the profile of Amazon India on YouTube. So right now I'm just going to quickly go through what sort of videos these guys have on their profile. All right. So when you look at this, it's a clear understanding that a YouTube profile is just all about videos on their profile. There is not a lot of things that you can do. You can't put pictures. You can't put stories. There's a lot of problems that you see on YouTube from a business point of view. This YouTube, if you really look at it, is meant for content creators and not really for business people. And that's where differences come in. And hence, if you really pay attention to whatever that I'm going to say today on this webinar, you will have a clear understanding to the fact that Instagram is not an application just used by you and me as users, but to be used by business and content creators out there. So with this, we understand that YouTube definitely is not a good competitor. Let's have a quick look at Facebook to understand more about how Instagram works, all right? So here's when we open up Facebook, we understand how a Facebook timeline looks like. The reason why I'm going through this right now is so that you have a deeper understanding onto the terms that I'll be using later. So over here, we see this is our Facebook profile. On Instagram, we call it our Instagram feed. So please pay attention to these words because I'm going to keep using them again and again. So your Facebook profile is equivalent to your Instagram feed. And these things that you see over here, if you really pay attention to the screen, there are things that I'm trying to move around. These are your stories, and we have something similar on Instagram called Instagram stories. Again, the reason why I'm clarifying this is because we're going to talk about this as we proceed further in this webinar. So that's about Facebook. One difference that you may or may not understand, because a lot of people over here who have connected do not really know what Instagram is all about. Just to clarify, it is almost similar to what Facebook can be about. It is just that if you want me to put it up in a funny way, let's say Facebook is the father and Instagram is the son. So the son being the son is way more modern, has way more different features in it, and that's just about it. So again, now that we have cleared these doubts, we have understood why other competitors are not great enough, we can jump right into the webinar. So over here, we see that Instagram helps us in achieving 4 important goals. So we're going to quickly go through these 4 goals that Instagram helps us in achieving, and henceforth, it being a very important tool for businesses and business people out there. So the goal 1 being brand awareness. So we see that Instagram is such a potential application to help you get brand awareness, and we'll talk about how it works out. So we start by creating a business profile. Now, the reason why I say we need to create a business profile is because on Instagram, there are 2 options. You can create a personal account and you can create a business account. Now, if you ask me what are the differences behind it, I would say that on a personal account, it is nothing but a private account. That means any person, like any random person, just can't enter your profile and view your photos. But if it's a business account, everyone is allowed to look at your profile. It becomes an open account and people are able to use it. So to start off your journey into Instagram, you have to first create a business profile. So for all the people again who are having the doubt in their head in regards to how do I create a Facebook or an Instagram profile, let me clear it up again. It's very easy. It is just as creating your Facebook account, nothing very complicated. This is something that you can easily learn from YouTube. The reason why I'm not focusing on teaching you guys on this webinar is because I feel that is a little too basic. And today we'll be just talking about the tools and the reasons to, as in why Instagram is such an important tool. So yes, the first step being creating a business profile. Now we'll just zoom into this picture to have an idea about what an Instagram feed looks like. So remember when I was saying an Instagram feed, this is what an Instagram feed looks like. So this is again as similar to your Facebook, but the only difference being, let's again have a look so that it is easier for you guys to understand. So over here on Facebook, we see that the profile looks this way, where the posts are stacked on top of each other. So there is one post, there's another post, and then there is posts, and the posts keep on going. So if we go down, we keep seeing that the posts come up this way. But on Instagram, we see a difference where the posts are lined in this way, where there's a grid layout created, and you can see around 3 posts on each of the rows. So this is how Instagram has their layout. Now, why we are discussing this is because this again is a very important feature for people to make use of. Because finally, when a person enters an account, the first thing that the person sees is your bio and your feed. So the reason why your feed needs to be very beautiful is so that you can keep up with the first impression. So we will again have another discussion about how a feed should be looking and how a feed definitely looks for other brands. We'll talk about all of these things as we proceed with this webinar. So the second point being use your Instagram feed, and the third point being use Instagram stories and reels. So now I'm going to show you a physical demonstration onto how we're going to be using all of these things. So on your Instagram feed, there are 2 options. One being you can upload pictures, and the other being you can upload videos. Again, this makes Instagram a very versatile platform because no other platform allows the same except Facebook right now. So we will just look into this video. So over here, we see that this is the official account of Starbucks, and we see how Starbucks has used this so-called feature. So as I was saying, on Instagram feed, there are 2 things that you can put. You can either put a picture or you can put a video. So when it comes to a picture, there are 2 formats of how you can put your picture. So this over here is a single picture format. So you can see all these photos over here, ranging from all the different flavors and items that Starbucks keeps on its menu. So these are all single pictures. And that's one of the formats that Instagram provides you with. Another format that Instagram provides you with is the option of putting multiple pictures, which seems like it's under one picture. I will also talk about that, but first let's get into this. So you see how Starbucks has brilliantly used the strategy of making sure that every day they post about their own menu items. So what happens over here is that each time anyone who's connected to Starbucks page looks at these menu items, gets enticed about it, and probably ends up ordering them the next time they enter Starbucks. So this is a very powerful tool. Let's get into it again. So we're seeing that Starbucks has been using it. This is a good example to understand how you can be using a single picture. The reason why people use single picture is because Instagram runs with this algorithm called consistency, and what they expect out of people is that you consistently post every day. So that's why they encourage people to post single pictures, and they definitely do help. So that was the first way of posting stuff onto your feed. The second type of content that you can put up on your feed is this feature called carousel post. So over here, this is the official page of my business called Digital Papa, and you can see how I've set my account up. Just we can have like a quick discussion about what all is written over there. So you see this part over here. Again, please pay close attention to what I'm saying and what is available on your screen. So you see over here is the bio that I've written. This side over here is called a feature called story highlights. We'll get into that as well. And this over here is your feed. All right. And these are all the posts that I've put. Okay. And to explain what a carousel post is, to put it up in an easy word, we have seen what a single post looks like, right? On your feed, it looks like one image. But what a carousel post does is that it shows as if it's a single picture, but right inside it, you have multiple slides in it. So let's have a quick understanding of what that looks like. So I'm going to open one of my posts. So you see, I could slide over there. Earlier on the example that I've shown you for Starbucks, we couldn't slide over there because they had put single pictures. But over here, we're using this feature called carousel pictures, where we can put multiple pictures inside one. So you see, the only thing that I have to do is keep swiping to the other side in order to go check out the other post. So now one question that can come up in your head would be, why would I use carousel posts and why would I use single posts? Single post is best used when you want to consistently keep posting, and when you don't have a lot of posts in your hand, when you don't have enough pictures or enough videos in your hand is when you use single post. And when you have a lot in your hand, you can keep using carousel post. Another great reason to use carousel post is to make use of infographics. And trust me, infographics is the sort of content that a lot of businesses like to put up. And you can definitely see my business also doing the same. In my business's case, we've put up we put up tips and hacks into how you can use Instagram better daily. And what we do with it is that daily we put up a carousel post so that people can check it out. So instead of posting 50 posts in a day, what I can possibly do is post one carousel post and make people swipe so that they can see all the other posts inside it. So this also a very powerful tool that businesses can use. Again, these are features that are not available on any other social media application as of now. So that being said, we will get on to the next type of post that's available on Instagram. That is definitely your video format. So on video format as well, Instagram has two options available. The first option being that you can only put a video which is of the duration of 1 minute. And the second format being, yes, you can put up a long video as well. That means any video which ranges above a minute as well. So the first version is called Instagram videos, and we will just explore how it all looks. So here's how the 1 minute video looks. I have used the example of Nike. So this is the official Instagram page of Nike, and you will see how they have used the 1 minute video feature. So let's just pause it over there and let's concentrate on what they've written on their caption. So if you can read their caption over here, it says, "Nothing can stop what we can do together. You can't stop sport because," and they've used their hashtag. And right below that, they've said, "Join us, link in bio." So if you ask me, this exactly is a very powerful point made. And this also does explain the reason to why Instagram has rolled out this feature. So the reason why Instagram has rolled out this feature is because they call it a landing page. They call it a bait. So when I say it's a bait, what I mean to really say is that it's possibly like a trailer to a movie. You know, it gives you a trailer. It gives you an option to show your users that, okay, this is what a video can be about. This is what my brand can be about. But if you like to know more about it, then you can end up checking out another link, perhaps my website or perhaps my YouTube. So whatever you would like to do, you can talk about it over there. So over in this example, we have seen that Nike said, you can join us if you check out the link in our bio. So what happens possibly from there is that you click on that link and you're redirected to Nike's page where they take some sort of information from you. And once they take that information from you, they're able to broadcast more data to you. So this again is a very smart move played by Nike. And I feel a lot of businesses can do the same. So that's about the example when it comes down to 1 minute video version. We will also talk about the next video format that Instagram has, which is called IGTV. This format helps you put videos for more than a minute. And again, another question that can pop up is, why would I use 1 minute videos? Why would I use IGTV? For the 1 minute videos, I've told you the purpose being that it's used for landing pages. For IGTV, if you really ask me what's the purpose, it is because it had to be a direct competitor to YouTube. See, one of the greatest, if you ask me, the beauty behind Instagram would be the fact that it is so versatile, because each and every feature of it is so carefully made that it is able to compete with the top apps that are out there. So what IGTV does is that it competes with YouTube. The 1 minute video version is competing with all other social media networking apps, and the picture format is competing again with all other social media apps. So we've seen that everything that Instagram has done is a direct competition to other social media apps, but from a business point of view. So getting back to our example of what an IGTV can be about, again, we use the example of Nike over here, and we see how they've used their IGTV so that you have an understanding of how you can use it for your own business. So we click on the IGTV format. Again, just for people who have a doubt in regards to how you end up accessing your IGTV, let me explain it clear for you. Over here, if you can, again, please pay attention to what I'm trying to show on the screen. Over here, this part that you see, okay, this part is what that shows your feed. This part over here is what that shows you your IGTV. And this part over here shows you all the posts that you were tagged on. Okay. So over here, now I'm going to click on this option that gets me to IGTV. So I've clicked over there, and now we see how Nike has used it. So to have a good understanding about how all other brands are using IGTV is that they're basically making sure that in a very secretive way, they're trying to endorse their products. So what Nike has done, if you want to talk about Nike, you would know that Nike is a brand that talks about, passion. It talks about energy. It talks about innovation. It talks about inspiration. So what they've done with IGTV over here is that they've collaborated with the best athletes. They've collaborated with amateur athletes, and they've created big videos with them. So now one question would be like, why would Nike do that? So to answer your question, the reason why Nike did it is because the moment you create a content of that sort, people are more, people have a greater reason to share it among their friends. And that's what Instagram is all about. So here's where you remove your conception or your misconception about Instagram, where it is just about branding. No, it's not just about branding, but it's also about understanding and respecting your niche. So what Instagram is about is that, as I said, it's a community oriented application. So it expects you to do something valuable for your niche. So that's what Nike is doing over here. Instead of directly making videos about their product or just talking about, how great my product is, what they've done is that they've collaborated with different athletes and they've made videos with them. So in this example, we've seen that they have started a new series called Common Thread. And we've seen that there are 3 episodes on it already. So this is how they've used it. The reason why they're doing it is, again, so that they don't seem like a corporate freak. They want to humanize their organization. And that's what social media is all about. So I'm just going to click on a few of those examples so that you have a good idea. So this is how your IGTV looks like. You can upload videos from ranging from anything above a minute. So that's about the IGTV feature that we have on Instagram. And next we're gonna check out this another feature called Stories. So now your Stories is somewhat similar to how your Facebook Stories look like. I'm just gonna open my Facebook again so that you have an understanding of what I'm talking about. So this over here is an option called Facebook Stories, all right? So what a Facebook story is or an Instagram story is all about is the fact that it lets you post something, but the catch being that it's a thing that stays only for 24 hours. But see, if you post anything on your feed, like a picture or a video, it stays permanently till you delete it. But the thing about an Instagram story is that it only stays for 24 hours. So again, another reason why Instagram possibly did it is because they want their users to check the application on a real time, you know, and that's what businesses are using it for as well, to update their people on a real time basis. So here's what my business has put up today. So today, since I was supposed to have a webinar, my business ended up putting a story on their profile, which was about the poster that I had put up. So that's about the reason why I was talking about this, so that you get a deeper understanding about what Instagram stories is. It is nothing but what your Facebook stories are all about. So we'll see how it works out on Instagram and how other brands are using the same. So that's how your Instagram stories look like. You see, there's a little bit of difference from in comparison to how your Facebook looks like. Um, if you see those small circles over there, that's where you can click on stories and access them. I'm going to click on one of the examples to show you. So this over here is another page that is been run by my own company. It's a women empowerment related page. They talk about a lot of different women issues and issues like sustainability, climate change, and stuff of that sort. So we recently had a collaboration with a speaker called Mridu, and what we did over here is that we put it up on our story. Now, again, another reason to why we put it up on our story is because you need to understand that your feed is very, very important, and it is something that is literally the face of your brand. So you cannot post everything that's out there. So that's where you use Instagram stories to generally put up your secondary post. So this sort of an announcement is not something that I really want on my page, but I would like to make sure that people know about it as well. So what I do instead is, instead of posting it on my feed, I use instead to post it on my stories. So you see what's happening over here is that I've made an announcement post here. So a lot of brands do this. A lot of brands use it for different other purposes. We're going to also look at other examples to understand how you can be using your Instagram stories. And this is from a business point of view. So here's another music artist that we work with. And you've seen that he's put up a simple quote on his story today. Now, one reason to why he has done it is because if you really look into it, what he's trying to do over here is that he's trying to promote his new music video that he's released. So there is a quote that he had taken away from his music video, and he put it up over here on his story so that people look at it, get curious about what he's talking about, and finally go check out his profile. And once they check out his profile, they get to know that, oh, this guy released a new music video today. So this again being another way of marketing your product. We look into another example. This over here is a page that is meant for coffee lovers, and you've seen that how they put up a secondary post, or let's say just like an entertaining post, so that their people are consistently checking out their profile. This is another way to make sure that people are consistently checking out your profile. So over here, we've seen a very simple quote. It says, follow your heart, but just take a coffee with you. So again, a very simple post put up by this page for coffee lovers, meant by coffee lovers. So that's a good example onto how Instagram stories has been used by different brands. See, again, the reason why I'm going through all of these features is because in the end, when you really look at it, this is where you have to put in your own creativity, understand what is the voice of your brand, and make use of these tools. The reason for this webinar is so that it opens up your perspective about how different tools are on Instagram, and finally to make use of it in your own ways possible. So the next option that we're going to talk about is story highlights. All right. So what I need to tell you about story highlights, if you totally remember what I told you about stories, is the fact that it is a type or a format of post that disappears in 24 hours. But what if you made a very important story and you want to save it forever? So that is where Instagram rolled out another feature calling it Instagram story highlights. So what it basically does is that it showcases those important stories on your main feed, and it stores there for 24 hours. I mean, for more than 24 hours. And we'll see how brands have used that as well. So again, coming back to the page, which has been run by my own company, we've seen how we are using story highlights. So you see the option which is over here, if you can see the screen, there are small bubbles or small circles that you can see. This is what we call story highlights. That's an option where you can permanently store all your stories. And we'll see how my brand has used it. My brand has used this in a way to make sure that anyone who visits my page gets to know more about what my company does as part of work. So let's jump right into an example. So over here, I'm showing you the first example. The first example being that we had shot a TV ad for a reputed builder based in Mumbai. And while we were doing that, my business created a behind the scenes segment for it. And now the behind the scenes segment is definitely not something that you want on your main feed, but something that you want your users to look as well. So here's how we have captured the behind the scenes of the entire process so that all our users are able to understand what happens behind the scenes for a TV ad. So here's how we've used it smartly. The purpose being that any person, let it be a client or an intern or an employee, whoever wants to know more about my brand can just type it out, go search my profile on Instagram, and then just see the sort of work that we have done. And this gives such a real and such a human feel to it that people are way more, they get connected with you at a very personal level. Similarly, the second example talks about the office setup that my business has. So if you really look at all these examples, you will understand that these are things that people used to do earlier on their websites. And now we see all these features turned into a different application, onto a different perspective altogether, that being Instagram. So henceforth, I keep saying that websites, if you really talk about in today's generation, it is something that has become obsolete because of applications such as Instagram, because it gives you opportunity to do whatever you can that you could possibly do on a website before. And if you really ask me, I think it does a better job than a website. So right now, if you look at modern businesses, they're concentrating on creating their Instagram profiles rather than making sure that their websites look better. So that's about that example. We'll quickly jump back to my presentation that we have. Just give me 1 second. All right, so getting back to my presentation, this is the second goal that we're going to talk about. The first goal we have already spoken about. The second goal being engagement with audience. So this again is a very important feature. And the reason why we'll be talking about it is because all other applications, be it a website, be it advertising on a newspaper, be it advertising on a TV commercial, anything that you can talk about, there is this one segment that nobody can beat Instagram, and that is engagement with audience. So what Instagram does is that it helps you engage with your audience on a very personal level. So we'll talk about these three features that Instagram has provided us with to understand how brands can engage with their own customers or their fans. So here we're going to jump into our example to understand what comments are all about. So I've used the example of Myntra. Myntra is a famous online retailer for clothing. And 1 second, let's get back to their feed. So this is how their feed looks. So let's have a good look at how their feed looks. Let's also have a good look at how they've maintained their bio, how they've maintained their story highlights to understand how brands are really doing it. So you've seen that they put up a very simple bio. It says, get ready for the Ride to Fashion sale from 6th to 10th August. And with everything, they've also put up the link to their website. That being a very smart move, because that's what would lead people to do something once they read your bio. Then over here, we see the story highlights that they've put. Here they're talking about beauty, celebrity styles, do it yourself, and all different options that people can click onto if they want to know more about what Myntra is providing as a business. Coming back to our example, we're going to click on one of these posts to see how comments are helping businesses. So we'll click on this first example, and we see it's a photo of a kid wearing a hoodie. So it's basically one of the products that's available on Myntra, and we'll see the sort of comments that are on it. So once we click on the comments, we see that the first comment being the price shown here doesn't match with what's on the site. So definitely it's not really a positive comment, but what it really does is that it helps Myntra do something that we call customer service. So long gone are the days where you need a whole team of a customer service executive where he sits down, there's a huge team of people calling. This is something that you can right now do via comments and also via direct messages. We'll also talk about direct messages, but let's just look at comments first. So we're seeing that the first comment said that. Then the second comment is also talking about another service query. I didn't get my parcel. I've been waiting for a month, blah, blah, blah. Another comment says that I just received my product and I opened it. It's broken. So you see all these type of comments are basically nothing but feedback. And this is something that Instagram is solving as a problem. Earlier, these were things that you couldn't really do. Earlier, in order to do the same thing, you had to call a person. You had to send several mails. There was a lot of stuff that had to be done. But what Instagram did is that it made this process entirely instant. So this is how brands are using the comment feature. They're putting up their post and they're expecting their customers to put up their queries directly using comments. Okay, so this over here is one of the most exciting features put up by Instagram, and this is where I feel you should all pay attention to, because these are certain tools. These are all new tools, new features that have been introduced by Instagram, again, purely to just increase your engagement. And when I say engagement, I mean to say the interaction between a brand and a person. So these options are available only on a story, and pay attention to the sort of tools that are available right now. I'm going to use all these examples to give you a good understanding of how this works. So
Rohan, we are 30 minutes into presentation already. You keep the time in mind, right?
Sure. All right. So about this, you can see that I have put up a picture on my story, and I'm going to use a few tools to make you understand how engagement works. So these are all the different tools that you can see, and this being the first tool, it's called a poll tool. So what it does is that it lets you ask a question to your users. So I've asked my users, do you like this picture? And I've posted this as a story. Now what happens is that the moment you look at it as a story, let's get back to it 1 second. So the moment you look at this as a story, what happens is that once you access this story, you get an option to either answer in yes or no. So now why would businesses use this feature? Businesses will use this feature to get what you say, a survey or a feedback directly from their customers. Now to explain it better, we'll look at all the other features that have been provided by Instagram. So here's a very interesting feature that has been put up by Instagram, and it's a question oriented feature where you can literally type any sort of a question and expect people to answer, or again ask or expect people to ask you questions. So how brands are using it, for example, in the case of Myntra, it could be like, let's say they introduce a new product. So in order for them to get a feedback on it, they will post a picture of that product in the background, and then they will put up this tool and ask all their questions and ask all their customers to give a good feedback on it. So that's how a lot of brands can be using it. There are several tools, but since we're on a time gap over here, I'm just going to quickly skip through them. The next feature being a direct message. A direct message is as simple as it can sound. It is about you sending a message to the user, or the user being able to send a message to you. So we have seen on this example how messages are being used by users. And we've seen that a fan has sent me a message saying that I've put a really good post. And what he's trying to do over here is just basically give me a good feedback. And a lot of brands are definitely using it for that. As again, coming back to the same point that I've made before, that it cuts down the requirement of having a big customer service team. All right, so that's about the goal number 2. That's how Instagram helps you get engagement. We will talk about another goal that Instagram helps you attain. Let's get back to my presentation again.
While you are going to goal 3, there is a question
Yes,
multiple people have asked. What is the restriction on length of content?
Can you repeat the question again?
Is there any restriction on length of content?
No. There is no restriction as such. But if you ask me what is the ideal number of times you're supposed to be posting, I think you should just
I
stick
am
to
not asking number. How long text you can key in? How many characters?
Oh, character wise. So I think if on a caption, it is somewhere around 250 to 300 words that you can use. But it depends. It completely depends. There are a lot of different hacks that people use in order to increase it as well. But we'll not be talking about this in this webinar as
but it is not like Twitter. It restricts so many. There is no restriction here on Instagram.
Not really. On the caption, if you're talking about your caption, definitely there are a little bit of restrictions. But again, it is limited to around 200 words.
Okay, right. Good. Thank you.
So coming back to my presentation, this is the
goal 3.
Third goal that we're going to talk about, this being connection with influencers and creators. So I'm just going to quickly talk about this. The reason why this is a powerful tool used by Instagram is because long gone are those days when you are looking out for a brand ambassador, for a celebrity, and making sure that, okay, once that celebrity comes in with you, you have to make sure that that person gets posted on a newspaper or on a TV commercial or whatever it is. Long gone are those days. Now things have become easier and cheaper, where you can just collaborate with an influencer or a celebrity and make sure that they post all their content on their Instagram. We'll look into an example to understand this way better. We'll also see how other organizations are using the same feature. So here I've used an example of an American watchmaking company called Fossil, and we've seen what sort of collaborations Fossil has done in order to get a brand endorsement. So going down their feed, you will see that they have collaborated with two of the biggest Bollywood superstars, one being Disha Patani and the other one being Varun Dhawan. And we'll see how they have done it. So this is Varun Dhawan over here. And once we click on that post, so once we click on that hashtag, we get to understand that the amount of collaborations Fossil has done in order to get their word out. So we have seen they have collaborated with people like Varun Dhawan and Disha Patani. What we have also seen below is that they've collaborated with various other influencers. So now one question could be what an influencer is all about. So an influencer is nothing but a person with a lot of followers on their Instagram. And what they just do is that they keep posting about their own niche. So this woman over here is a lifestyle blogger. What she does is that she keeps posting about her lifestyle and she inspires people to, lead that sort of a lifestyle. So when a person of that sort endorses your brand, there is a good chance that a lot of people end up buying that product. And this has proven results to it as well. So we've seen how she has done it. So I think that's a good example onto how brand endorsements are being used and how brands are nowadays connecting with content creators and not connecting with newspapers and TV ads anymore. Now we're gonna directly step into more examples of in regards to how other brands are using it. I'm going to use the example for Amazon too. So here's one of the hashtags used by Amazon called #DeliverTheLove, and we're gonna speak onto how now brands is basically what I'm trying to say is that if you really look into how media buying used to work in the earlier ages, you used to see that an advertising agency would come up with the content. And what they would do is that, okay, now let's try getting us a slot in a newspaper. Let's get us a slot in today's Times of India. Then another example could be that, okay, let's get us a slot in today's Republic Time TV at the 9 p.m. News TV. So it could be a lot of different things that people are going to be using. But right now we see that people are doing media buying in a completely different way. What they're doing instead is that they're paying content creators or Instagram pages directly to endorse their products. So we'll see how Amazon has done the same.
Rohan, I want to keep more time for question answer. If you can use less example and move fast.
Sure. This is the last example that I'll be using and then we'll be done with it. So over here, we have seen that Amazon has used this. This page over here is called Mad Over Marketing. So now one good reason to, or one good question would be, why would Amazon collaborate with this page called Mad Over Marketing? So the reason being that anyone who's following this page would be following it because they love ads. And what happens when you see a brilliant ad? You share it with 50 of your friends. And that's what Amazon did, a very smart move, by posting their content on a marketing loving page. And for anyone who loves that ad would end up sharing it with 50 people, and Amazon doesn't even have to pay them. So that's a very smart strategy played by Amazon, and a lot of brands are doing the same. What they basically do is that they create content and then they find all the people inside that niche, collaborate with them, pay them money, and make sure that they post their content instead of going out to a newspaper or a TV commercial in this case. So that's about all the examples that we can use. There's furthermore onto what Instagram is all about. This was just a brief introduction in regards to how and what Instagram is all about, and how it can basically change your perspective, and why you need to change your perspective over this. Because as time is going by, we understand that websites have become obsolete, TV has become obsolete, newspaper has become obsolete. So what's the next best option? Where are people really putting their time into? And if you really ask me, they're putting their time onto mobile phones. And when they're putting their time onto mobile phones, they're using social media. So what's the best alternative? What is the best option for a brand to put out their awareness? There's nothing better than social media. So I feel that is a very good way for you to understand why you should be using Instagram for your business. So now that we're done with that part of it, I think it's a good time to take all your questions.
All right, very well managed. That is the very good thing of when you deal with professionals, no? They know when to switch on, when to switch off. Very good, very good. Right. Can we put the screen sharing off and we can bring everybody into the frame? And it was very interactive, of course, and it was very learning. To me, at least, it was very learning, because I was always thinking that this LinkedIn is more professional, or Twitter is more chatty, and Facebook is more timeline oriented, and WhatsApp is WhatsApp. But what I've seen in last 35-40 minutes is that if you are really looking, in olden days there used to be 2-in-1, 3-in-1, but if nowadays you're looking for all-in-one, I think it is the Instagram.
Exactly.
I think one will agree. If you're really if you're really looking for all-in-one, it is going to be Instagram, right? That's okay. And with this, now I will request Shubham, how are you? Good to see you.
Hello, sir. Sir, good evening.
You're right. Right.
Thanks, Rohan, for this wonderful session on
Yes.
Instagram. And my question to Rohan is that can you give us some few examples of some pages, maybe government related or any ministry, which you think are doing very good on Instagram, so that maybe we follow their content, or maybe we can see what exactly they are doing like. Because brands का तो हमें पता है, बहुत सारे brands अच्छा maintain करते हैं pages का. But क्या कोई government bodies या कोई ministries आपको पता है? Do you know who are doing really well on Instagram? Can you give some few examples?
Yes, I think the best example that
before you go on that, I would like Shubham have given the raise hand. Anybody who has a question, they should in advance raise hand, so that I will keep a tab on that when it over to you, Rohan.
All right. So coming back to your question, a great question indeed. What I would say, the best example that I have seen right now is the Mumbai Traffic Police. So if you go really check out the page for Mumbai Traffic Police, you will see what sort of a brilliant work they have done. I think they have made sure that they connect with youngsters like you and me. Like, the content that they make is so innovative and so modern that any youngster would like to follow that page and share it among all their friends. So I think that's a very good example for you to look into.
Naresh ji has some question. I can see, I have seen the hand raised. Naresh ji, we must give some gratitude to seniors.
It was a very beautiful presentation, and thanks for Ravinder ji who has sent me this link. And I appreciate this presentation also. And I would like, because in the social media, I belong to Power Grid Corporation of India, but in the social media, we are not in the Instagram. We are very active in the tweet and very active in the Facebook and all others. But Instagram, I spoken with my officer who is being handle of this all social media, and I could not make it. Otherwise, I would have been called him Mr. Akshat Chopra if I would have been known. So next time, I will organize your program in my organization also. As Subham asked the question in regard of it is a really effective media for the government organization and all other example which you have already mentioned right now of Bombay Police. So can you suggest how we can effectively use of Instagram in our organizations? Although you have already applied each and everything, but in my organization, because I told you we have not used this tool, this
Right.
communication tool. So what is the difference between this and tweet and all other things? So how we can add it, this extra value in the communications? Can
All right.
you, yeah.
Sure. So to answer your question, okay, so one example that Power Grid can look at is definitely NTPC's Instagram account. I think they've also done a great job. If you look at NTPC's Instagram account, you'll have a little bit of an idea about what sort of post Power Grid can put. Now, coming
Yes.
back to your question in regards to the differences between these two platforms. See, now on Twitter and on all other platforms, you're just able to put up textual content, but on Instagram you're able to put videos and photos, and it's a mix of everything that you can possibly put. So one good tip that I can possibly give you for Power Grid would be to make content which is more relatable for the people that are your employees, and definitely also your stakeholders. So I think these two would be the most important things that you want to concentrate on. So your content should be in regards to making them happy. So it's just about it being shareable and it being relatable. These are two of the most important things that we have to see. That's just about it. And definitely also to make sure that you are going through your government guidelines also.
Thank you, Rohan,
Thank
because I told you ki we are not using of this tool, communication tool, but naturally you have clear each and everything, and you have made a great presentation. I will definitely share my teams. Thank you very for your clarification.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for joining this.
God bless you. God bless you.
Ashi, are you there? If you can come,
Yes, sir, I'm here.
please ask your
Uh,
question and open your video.
uh,
If you
I
can,
have to,
otherwise, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi everyone. My name is Ashi and I'm working at NTPC Moda, situated in Maharashtra. So, as you already know, Rohan, that NTPC is doing quite well on the Instagram account, but I have observed that there are not enough number of likes on our posts. So,
Yeah.
what do you suggest? What kind of content should we be putting out to engage more number of people to get more likes on our post, and how many posts should we do on a single day? And yeah, because if you post too many things on one day, I have noticed that we won't be getting much number of likes. So what
Definitely.
to suggest?
All right. So to answer your question, so yesterday I was going through NTPC's page, and then I again saw the same thing that you said, that there are not a lot of people who are engaging onto it.
Yeah.
So my suggestion being, I was researching onto the type of people who are following NTPC's account, and that being your main problem. See, the type of followers that you have on your account are people who are never going to engage with your content. I really don't know where NTPC got all those followers from, but those are not going to be the set of people who are going to engage with your content. So what NTPC needs to really do is to actually get all their employees onto that platform. See, now for an example, my father himself is not following Instagram's page. So what that can be done over here is to make sure that NTPC employees are themselves following the page. And once they do, I feel they will find your content very relatable. If you really ask me, the content is going good for NTPC. There is relatable content. Employees would like those content. But the problem being that there are not enough employees on that platform. I think that should be the first problem that you should be correcting. And then I feel everything is just going to work out perfect for you guys.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rohan. Very well
Thank you so
answered.
much.
Right. Thank you, madam. Question for Anindita. This webinar is going to be, you can unmute yourself, put your video on. This webinar is going to be very rewarding for me because I am finding very old friends here. So that's very good thing of happening this today. Okay, over to you, madam. Please ask your question.
Hi, Rohan. It was really very nice session and a lot of learning, because Instagram is generally considered to be the domain of youngsters like you all. Of course, I think I'm younger than you in heart. By heart, I always believe that. But okay, I'm an old auntie. So I just have to ask you something. Going demographically, what is the age group really are into Instagram? Because as we know, it is more of advertising, more of dynamism, and more for the youngsters. So as
Definitely.
someone from, I think, NTPC pointed out, they are not getting good followers. It's very difficult for a corporate to go with, I mean, get followers by the static drab content. It is very difficult unless you're a FMCG or a hardcore retail, where you really can be the dynamic in your through your ads and your creative, your other collaterals. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So, what is the demographic, split in Instagram? Do you all do a study on that? That is only
Yeah.
my question, because accordingly, because we are a B2C sort of a product. I come from L&T Metro Rail. So Metro is, the customers are our, the commuters are our customers. So we need to sell the product more to raise consciousness of traveling by metro, because India still does not have that mentality where like
Definitely.
foreign countries, where we can see the Keanu Reeves and Canadian Prime Minister traveling in metro. So
Right.
we get some at times hands tied in selling the product. So what is the demographic split? Can you highlight, throw some light on it?
Sure. So if you ask me about the demographics, technically, at least if you talk about India, I feel you would find people ideally below the age of 30, 35. So anyone below the age of 30, 35, or from the age above 13, you will find them on Instagram. So that's about India. But if you look at countries like US, which are far more progressive, which have been having Instagram for far more years, you can count it up to around till 40 for US. But for India, max, I would say 30, 35.
So basically, then I think I have to design our content so that at least through Instagram, we can target the youngsters for traveling in
Definitely.
metro. So that's
Definitely.
what I wanted to know from you.
So one example that you can really look into for would be the again the Mumbai Metro that you've seen for Reliance. They also have a great page. I think those guys can be a good reference for you.
Yeah, yes. So as of now, our followers are increasing through, our R&D, what we do through designs in Instagram. We always keep on doing those trial and errors. So, okay. So anyway, my question is answered, and thank you so much. You're a very bright kid. All the best to you. Brilliant session. Maybe once I would request you to come and do a session for our YCC members once it is formed. Thank you so much, Rohan.
Definitely, not a problem. You're on mute, uncle. All of us are on mute.
All right. Okay. Nihar, you have a question? Nihar? Hello, Nihar? No. Khaladkar Saab, you have a question? Biswajit Das, do you have a question? You raise your hand.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes. I have a question.
Please go ahead.
First, it's a wonderful presentation by Rohan. Thank you, Rohan, for your wonderful and wiseful presentation for the youth, especially for the Young Communicators Club member. And I have a question: how PR department of government hospital as well as private hospital use Instagram for reputation management? The second thing. The second thing is now all the students are in anxiety. So is it useful for private education institute for making it profitable in education industry?
Definitely. I think one of the greatest opportunities is for educational departments, definitely private ones, because their age groups are going to be people like me and even people younger than me, right? So if that's how your demographics is, Etsy, if you really ask me, for any business that has a demographics under the age of 30, 35 or a target audience under the age of 30, 35, I feel Instagram is just going to be a perfect opportunity. Also, to get back to your first question, which is about a government and a private hospital, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
All right. To answer that question, I would say in order to do reputation management for them, one good way for them to do is to constantly keep posting about their staff, the amenities provided in the hospital, how they do their surgeries, success stories for their surgeries, and feedback given in by their customers. A lot of these different things can be done in order to create a positive vibe or give a positive news to people out there about your hospital. So I think that answers your question.
Thank you. Thank
All right, thank you very much. One thing I must tell that Rohan is very generous. Khaladka Saab, do you have a question?
I have got one question. Good evening, Mr. Rohan. Good presentation. I got one question that whoever visits to our Instagram page, how to generate the leads from that one, who all has visited their data and all the things, because we need to further communicate with them and use for our educational marketing.
Good question. Good question. I totally agree. So if you really paid attention to the examples that I've used before, there are these different things that brands are using in order to get data of them. So if you remember the example that I used for Myntra, you would remember that on their bio, they've put up a link. On the bio, you can end up putting up a link and you can make sure that people go to that link and provide you with their information that can be turned out as leads. Another option of doing it is to use those story tools that I was talking about. So now, if you were to be talking about leads, your question would be, I mean, the things that you will be requiring would be your name and email IDs and phone numbers is what I'm thinking, right? Yes. If that's how it's supposed to be, then on a daily basis, you can put up a story, and on that story, whoever's supposed to be interested, you can ask them a question, and whoever's interested can finally fill up the form. So there are a lot of different features. I think right now I won't be able to tell you everything, but definitely there are tons of features out there that is meant only for lead generation. Even on Instagram, there's another option called Instagram ads, and there is a specific ad that helps you get leads out of people. So again, these are like really, really broad topics that I need more time to talk about. So if you'd like to know more about it, we can have like a personal conversation about this.
Definitely, I'll contact you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I had promised Rohan that I will give him less time. I will go more time to the audience. I have to go by that. And Prashantji, I have seen your hand raised. Do you have a question? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Rohan. Wonderful presentation, Rohan. And I appreciate your point regarding influence, NTPC employees not being part of social media. In fact, NTPC is now going to embark on a big program where we plan to take in employees also as our brand ambassadors. So thank you for this suggestion. And number two, my question is that, influencers, you made a good point about influencers. I read that Cristiano Ronaldo has earns more money out of Instagram than about playing football. So the role of influencers is very important. But for government companies and public sectors like NTPC, Power Grid or Indian Oil, what do you suggest should be going for influencers? Who should we take? Because there is one take saying that we should rope in micro influencers because we are all situated in rural areas, so we don't need to go in for the really big ones. But the role of micro influencers is what we thought we will go in for. But what do you suggest that company like government companies and PSUs like NTPC, who should we target influencers?
All right. So to answer your question, I think it totally depends on what sort of a campaign you want to run. So now with NTPC, definitely there's a huge versatility. NTPC does tons of campaigns. Like they do medical campaigns, they do campaigns in relation to donations. They do a lot of different stuff. So for any campaign that is region based, let's say if a campaign is only based for Maharashtra or your Western region, then you can use micro influencers. For any campaign that you want a national awareness on, you have to use bigger people that we call macro influencers. So one good suggestion for NTPC would be to use Mr. Amitabh Bachchan because he's really into all these governmental promotions, and I feel he might just do it for you guys.
You should always advise the ambassador which can come on economical rates. So Amitabh Bachchan will not suit them. And
I feel NTPC is good enough to afford that. But yeah, but on a serious note, this totally depends on the level of campaign that you want to maintain. Region based, if it's a very small campaign, then you should, as you said, focus on micro influencers. For any bigger campaign, definitely you should look for the bigger ones.
And also, you should always look the influencer among the target population where you want to catch. Since you want to penetrate into digital arena, so you should always pick up your influencer who is popular among the digital world. People who
Exactly.
got the maximum likes, people who have got the maximum follow, you should pick up that. If you pick up Amitabh Bachchan, it will not serve the purpose because he is not popular on that social media. So that's one reason. So that was the last question I will take because time is going out of our hand. And Nareshji, you are still there. I was thinking, Mr. Jairam and Mr. Naresh, I would like to have a view from the viewers gallery. Nareshji, you're listening me? I wanted a view from the viewers gallery. While Nareshji, sun rahe hain? Nahi. Who else can a volunteer who can give their views about the webinar, about the interaction from the viewer side, right? Who else can come? Nareshji nahi hai? Sharma ji? Sharma ji, you can unmute yourself. Who else?
हाँ जी बाबा जी बोलिए. Sorry.
हाँ मेरे को पता है कई कई दरवाजे हैं जो मैं कभी भी रात को भी खड़का सकता हूँ तो वो खुल जाते हैं. Right. I want to think that we have spent a lot of time and this is a new venture we are entering into. How do you see it from other side of the grass now? It looks greener, but how greener it is?
Hello.
Yes, please. Over to you, Naresh ji.
हाँ बहुत ही शानदार रोहन का प्रोग्राम रहा. I'm really very much impressed and I think so he has done a great program and we can understand what kind of Instagram and all these kind of activity, although we are in the post internet period and now pre internet period, but I am very happy to organize such kind of a program. It would be really benefit for not for our generation as well as the generation of young people also. So especially thanks to Babaji and JP Sharma ji, and my especially thanks to our Ravinder ji. He's our also senior and guiding force also, and we have been a very long association with Ravinder ji and all other NTPC peoples. But it was a really great and we have really enlightened of these lectures from Rohan. And my best wishes for Rohan and his career and their ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. For the common information of everybody, actually what the intent of our is that we want to bring in more and more people who can volunteer themselves, okay? And then we have got a higher platform. You see, we have got a higher platform, which is very formal, very senior people are there. And we want to, frankly telling you, we want a filter. And from that, we will pick up the person to whom we can take it, which is at the top niche corporate level, where all director level people, etc. will be there. So we are preparing all people for that and we'll pick up things from that. And that's the reason we want people to come forward. Sharma ji would like to add a few words. Sharma ji? Nahi hai. Or anybody else would like to say anything about the program or before I give my closing remarks? Ravindran sahab, you would like to add something? How it proved to your expectations? Anija madam want to say something, please.
Rohan, it's a really wonderful session. It's a learning experience for me. And as other colleagues and professionals said, like NTPC and Power Grid, same ours also is constrained by the rules and regulations of the Government of India, because employees are not really encouraged to be more social media proactive. That's the way actually we are lagging behind. I don't know how we can really have the power of social media to connect with our stakeholders and customers, especially for agriculture medium. It should have actually the access through all these tools, but it is not happening so. But actually the institutions involved in research are a bit just portraying their organizational profiles, but not beyond that. So as you said, there is an ample scope for them to reach to the stakeholders through these social media. But still, maybe we wait for the right time so that the employees are engaged in such activities, and also we can really reach the objective of reaching the people.
Thank you, Anija, for your observation. But I must add, there are proper instruction and guidelines from the government that each and every PSU shall be on social media. You need to frame your policy. It is not, there's no restriction nowadays. Rather, the government wants you to be on social media. You need to decide. And once your management decides, you should be there. But then one should push for that direction, and there are certain advantages in your favor that you must project to the management, how economical it is and how effective it is. So with that note, yes, your point is valid, that fear is on the other side. Our purpose is that only, that we want to first equip you for that, and once you are confident, you will demand from the management, and then it will get popular, right?
I just want to supplement of Baba sir, if you can give me the permissions,
please,
because
sir.
Madam has already apprised in a very well point, because we are working in the power sector and Madam is also from the NTPC, because I am facing such kind of problem sometimes, because social media is a very sensitive issues for all of us. Whenever we post any information, it is a very understanding level of information, so it should not be any kind of implication, because if you can post in the social media, it would become a viral. So we have to be very sensitive. So therefore, we are not very aggressive in the social media, especially in the government sectors, especially in the public sectors. So that is the reasons ki Madam Prizely rightly ki we have to be very conscious whenever we post all the text and all the news and information among the masses. But I definitely say it is a very important and effective media.
Right, thank you. I must tell you the one reason why people. Thank you, Nareshji. I tell you one experience and reason why people generally don't volunteer to go on social media. Because the moment you decide that you want to go to social media, you are inviting trouble for yourself. You will have to be awake 24/7. And that's the reason I remember in good old days, I had filed some rejoinder on certain news, and then people told me, well, what is this? You are filing rejoinder every day. I said, okay, I want you to ask news from me, then publish. And then what they started doing, they will call me at 10 o'clock. They will give me a call at 11 o'clock in the night. I said, okay, no problem. I used to answer. But then मैंने पंगा ले लिया तो मेरे को पता I should undergo that grill. But then gradually they realized कि यार ये तो he is ready to. So that's why we are giving you tools, such tools. You get confidence. Once you're confident, then it is no issue. You can. And Rohan is there. He will always back end for you. Anybody last minute before I close? Deepna madam, you want to say anything? Sharmani, I am expecting something from you.
No, it was a wonderful session, and we should keep having such sessions, and a lot of blessings to Rohan. Like being a youngster, he has been able to educate us so much towards. I'm on Instagram, but I didn't know all this. And my organization is also there, and we are posting every day.
Yes.
But I did not know the kind of nuances that he has, introduced us to.
Very purpose of that only. It should change the mind of people. Very good. I am happy that it has changed few minds.
And Babaji, it is nice. We should keep on organizing such programs, which are very beneficial for everyone. Yes.
We would like to have suggestions from all you people, and then we will approach the speaker. Right. Thank you. And we will give them the platform. Right. Yes. Thank you. Sharmaji, last word from your side. I am impatient to hear you.
रोहन, थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड ये देख के बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि एनटीपीसी की जो यंगर जनरेशन है वो एल्डर्स लोग गाइड कर रही है. थैंक यू. कैरी ऑन. ऑल द बेस्ट.
Right. Thank you. Thank you everybody, and thank you for Rohan for bringing your heart out. I am telling you, I have conducted many webinars. I have attended many webinars. I know many people. How do they sell the webinar? I am telling you, it's a message for everybody who are attending or who have already left, who have after listening him. People are really exploiting. They are not giving their genuine mind during the webinar. Rohan has volunteered it. Rohan has given you everything, which cost a lot. It means, that's what I'm saying. We should be thankful to him. We should express our gratitude. And with this note, I give thanks to everybody. I close at this note because already I have crossed 20 minutes more than the given time. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you again. And Sharmaji, thank you very much. Thank you, Nareshji. Thank you, Ravindranji. Thank you, Rohan. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Khaladka Sahab. I met many old friends. Right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You can probably take a group picture.
Right, please. Who will take that group picture? Right.
No, you ask everybody to switch on their video.
Right. Okay. I agree. All should switch on their videos. All should switch on their videos.
Yeah.
Babaji, आप request
I can hear Mr. Naresh.
बाबा जी आप रिक्वेस्ट कीजिए रोहिन से कि आप आपके जो हमारे प्रोग्राम होने वाले हैं अभी वरुण वर्गीस वगैरह का, तो उसमें जरूर ज्वाइन करें, तो समथिंग हम लोगों को भी इनलाइटमेंट मिलेगा.
बिल्कुल right. That's the reason I've told
It
that
would
we
be
have.
privilege for us. हम लोगों के
हाँ,
प्रिविलेज होगा रोहिन आएगा तो हमारा यंग लड़का.
बिल्कुल right, बिल्कुल right. So is everybody on? There are two screens. I will click both the screen and then I will share. This is screen number 1. So
Okay.
get ready. And now I will no, I will take one because 1 KR was not there. Now it is there. Now get ready. 1, 2, 3, and then I go to the second screen. Is everybody on? I am going to click the second screen. Thank you. I will share the picture in the group. Thank you very much. It was good suggestion. Thank you, Kalatkar साहब. कहीं ना कहीं तो हमारे लोग innovative हैं. Thank you, right? Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.